Welcome to the Digital Peace Guides, practical advice to help you organise your digital life with confidence. I'm Glory from Digital Care Services Australia. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to show you why the first step to organising your digital life isn't passwords, cloud storage, or complicated technology. It's simply knowing what you actually have, because you can't organise something if you don't know it exists. Imagine you suddenly ended up in hospital tomorrow. Your husband, wife, son, or daughter needs to access something important. Maybe it's your electricity account, your Medicare details, your photos, or perhaps they simply need to find an important email. Where would they even begin? That's a situation thousands of Australian families face every year, not because anyone did anything wrong, but because nobody ever made a list. When people hear the words digital assets, they often think about cryptocurrency or something technical, but it's much simpler than that. Digital asset is anything important that exists online or in one of your devices. That might include your email accounts, online banking, MyGov, your mobile phone, your family photos or subscriptions, or even the shopping accounts you use every week. Most of us have far more digital assets than we realise. I often ask people, how many online accounts do you think you have? Most people tell me somewhere between 10 and 20, but once we actually sit down together, we usually discover 50, sometimes 100, and occasionally well over 200. The digital world has quietly grown around us over many years. The biggest mistake I see isn't weak passwords, it isn't even security. The biggest mistake is simply not knowing what exists. People spend hours trying to organise passwords when they haven't even identified the accounts those passwords actually belong to. Knowing what you have always comes first. So here's a simple place to start. Firstly, write down your 5 most important online accounts. Secondly, identify your main email address, because that email is often the key to recovering everything else. And finally, think about where your important digital documents are stored. They're simple steps, but they create an enormous clarity. I'd also encourage you not to rely on memory. It's very easy to think, I remember that. The truth is, our digital lives become more complicated every year. Another mistake is assuming your family already knows where everything is. In my experience, they usually don't. This guide is designed to help you understand the first step. The Digital Peace of Mind Journal takes it much further. Instead of trying to remember everything, it gives you one practical place to organise your important accounts, contacts, documents, and digital information. It's not about recording every tiny detail. It's about creating a system that you and your family can rely on. Thank you for watching the first Digital Peace Guide. In the next guide, we'll look at one of the questions I'm asked more than almost any other. Should I use a password manager? If you found today's guide helpful, I'd love you to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And if you're ready to start bringing everything together in one place, you can learn more about the Digital Peace of Mind Journal by following the link below. Until next time, take one small step towards digital peace of mind.